Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing out there in the depth of space? Hello everyone. It is me tonight. Joel is away and busy, but we have got a very, very exciting fieldwork bunker competition to have a look at. We have got so many cool entries. I've been looking over these for absolute hours. So you're going to have to be a little gentle with me because I've not got the amazing assistance of Joel here tonight. But my plan is we're going to jump straight into as many entries as we possibly can in the slot that we've got tonight and really dig into these bunkers. Now, each one of these bunkers, as I look through, have had handcrafted stories. And as some of you guys were discussing in the chat beforehand, let me just double check that, yeah, we're all good. Can everyone hear me nice and clearly? I'm not hearing any complaints. Lovely. Yeah, so yeah, each one of these bunkers has been handcrafted with a lovely story behind it. There was beautiful pictures. Some of them were a little bit rushed. We noticed them. Yeah, some of them were just not quite complete. Other ones had amazing backstory, fantastic details into them. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into having a look at some entries. Now, we had around 50 entries, and we've whittled it down to, I'm going to try and look at 40 tonight. So I'm trying to cover as many as possible. If yours doesn't get covered tonight, I do apologise, but they're all fantastic. Thank you so much for your submissions. The results, I'm going to post the results after the live stream, so it won't be directly after. It'll be in an official announcement, and we'll get in contact with the winners, and we'll get them the prizes and the merch straight to them. So let's jump into game. So let's activate. Oh, that's not the right one. See, right. So we don't want the host plus game. We want the game plus host. There we go. But for some reason, the game is not there. That's a little concerning. Right, here we go. Let's make sure that everything's working. We can see everything clearly. So Marek won't be joining us tonight. That was just the wrong slide activated. So if we have a quick flick through, we have got plenty of bunkers to have a look at. I'm just going to go to my tab to start things off nicely. So if you get a little bit of flickering, let me know and I'll see if I can solve that. That's just me when I'm jumping in and out of tabs while I'm checking all the entries over. So let's try not to make too much flickering happen here for you tonight. So bring it across my 1,000 tabs, my 1,000 bunker competition entries. Here we go. So the first one we're actually having a look at. Bring that there, and now we can paste the name in. Okay, here we go. Is everything loaded up nicely? Yes, there we go. So we got everything on screen perfect. So we can do a little bit of a search. And this is the one we want to actually have a look. Look, Lunar Autonomous Robotic Food Plant. Robotic Food Plant, sorry. So this is a lovely one. Let's start and boot this up and load in as quickly as possible. So each of these bunkers usually have some sort of production. Maybe they're a survivalist type shelter. We'll see exactly what this one's going to be all about here. But if you haven't tuned into the newsletter this week, there has been some fantastic developments in Marek's dev diary. We've seen some really cool features. There's a little bit of a grass feature. There's a few little sneak peeks at what's going on in Space Engineers too. So there's some really nice things to have a look at there. And if you're not subscribed to the newsletter, make sure you are for the latest information there available. How have you guys all been this week? Has anyone in the chat managed to submit one of these entries? Have we got any people watching right here now? Okay, into build mode we go. It's a little bit dark, this world. Everything's loading up around us. Here we go. Let's see how this one loads itself up. Everything is coming around. It looks like a big bunker, this one. And it could be the moon we're on, as we're all loading in here. Yeah, it's looking like the moon. Let's let these textures load up. Oh, it's a shame that some of you haven't found out about this competition right at the end. Is that a drone that's flying around the perimeter as well? So let's go to our spectator camera and then have a quick look. Of course, the spectator camera is deep under the ground. And once everything's loaded in there... Oh, wow, look at this place. It's ginormous. Oh, it's even bigger. There's even like an area in the crater down there below. Look at that. So there's some sort of little hatches here to explore. Are these going to be hatches with some sort of missile turret or something tucked inside here? So yeah, these are defensive turrets that are in these outer bunkers. I don't know if we're going to be able to fit everything in tonight. If every bunker is as detailed as this. So you've got a turret in here, and this is probably on some sort of button or press panel. Oh, there's a panel there that we can access. Maybe that opens the door and launches that up there. Where should we start? Should we start down near this docking panel down here? So there's some sort of crater. We'll have to have a look at the information on this, see if there's any information that we have when we're roaming around this station here as well. Wow. Look at that. RSF X16. The X16 bunker. I wonder if it's got any relation to the Stalker sort of bunker X16. Let's go back to our character. So this is the landing pad where we've came in on this ship. Lovely blue ship design. Let's head in here. Russian Space Food Corporation. Oh, lovely little airlock. What's going on here? We've got a sensor that's activating. Airlock doors opening. Oh, it's like a little welcome desk. Oh, look at that. Little scanner. Or is that supposed to be like the decompression or the compression? And then we've got this lovely view to start with here as well. Is it a little bit choppy, guys? Let me know if it is a little bit choppy. Very, very laggy. Okay. Okay, we'll see what we can do. Let me have a look. SE is probably murdering his CPU. No, it's all right on my end. And it says that we've got quite good performance in terms of connection as well. So I'm a little bit surprised. As well as I would have liked. Moment and see if it smooths out. If it doesn't smooth out, look at to sort something out. Right, very laggy. Okay, let me see if we can do anything to fix this. Okay. Yeah, we've got a good connection, so I'm not too sure what's happening here. There's always going to be some technical issues when we're trying to work out this for the first time. But yeah, I can have a look at the screen as watching back here now. And it is a little bit laggy. Well, a little bit. It's very laggy. OBS limited? Someone's asking. Right, let me just see if there's anything else going. Otherwise, we might have to delay this if we're very laggy like this. Yeah, let's try and let's turn our graphic settings down. Let's drop everything down a little bit. We'll drop the presets to medium. See if that'll give us any sort of assistance here. And see if we can get any better frame. I do apologise for the flicking. It's just when I'm moving between screens. There's still a lot of technical things to work out on my current setup. Okay. New settings are just taking effect. It was a bit smoother then. It started to go a bit smoother. Well, as soon as I go on the menu, it started to go smoother, of course. Right, okay, so that is now with the medium graphic settings. And let's just have a quick look around, see if it's a little bit better. Let us know, guys. Is that a little bit smoother for you? Are we still ending up being quite choppy? I want it to be as smooth as possible for you guys. Because then we can start having a real explore of these bunkers together. Okay, some people reporting it seems a little bit better. Okay, any smoother? It seems like as soon as I'm jumping off this menu, that's when the problem's occurring. Okay, it's looking smoother. Yeah, it's looking a lot smoother. We'll continue exploring. If it starts lagging up again, guys, please let me know. Yeah, it looks like a lot. Yeah, much better. Great. Thank you so much, guys, for organising and give us an hand with this. Okay, so we're in like a little welcome area in this section. It's like a little seating with a nice window above the pit down there. We've got them little turret access pods over on the side. And then as we continue down here, so it's definitely some sort of a Russian-themed food processing plant of some kind. We're coming down into the underbelly of it. So it's like a little access way to somewhere. Oh, so this could be some sort... Oh, flight schedule. So this is like an aircraft control tower. So this is controlling the flights in and out of the production facility. Yeah, we'll keep going. We'll see if it keeps performing well like this. We'll continue on. If there's any lag, and then just report it back, guys. So we'll head on through this part of the bunker. There's going to be some areas I'm going to have to miss just for time, and we will jump over to the F8 camera, but I'm trying to get a bit more immersed by walking through the corridors. There's like a road down there in that section, and some sort of cargo rovers and forklifts as well. We'll jump to the F8 and we'll fly through some of the terrain here. I'll try and keep it smooth and as steady as possible for you with the camera. So it looks like we've got a large forklift here. We've got a piston-driven forklift, or we all know how spicy they can get with a bit of clang. And then we've got a 6-wheel design right there, very nice. And then a smaller forklift, but this one doesn't look like just a standard forklift. It's like a boom lift. You know, with the forks, you see a lot of these on farms, don't you? And then over here, there is some sort of crates on these giant wheels. And these look like they're connected to landing gears. So maybe these crates can be loaded and offloaded on top of here using these forklifts. And there's some additional crates that are stored in this area. So maybe when the food processing plant produces big crates of food, it deploys them and adds them in here. So we've got that little sign, the name of the facility there. I won't try and pronounce it, because I'll pronounce it awfully. And then here we've got, what's this exactly? How do the, okay, so this is the travel, so this is some sort of vehicle to travel to the complex. Let's hop ourselves inside. Oh, yes. Where's this going? Is this all automated as well? Yeah, someone said in chat there, the glorious Soviet food processing plant. Oh, so it's on a little elevator, and then it's going to rotate us left or right, I'm guessing. There's a drone flying around nicely in the background. Is there any sort of control we have to take over here, or is this completely automated? Or have we just been trapped in the tram? Oh, here we go. Yes, it's working. Oh, something happened. We might have just been trapped in an elevator. Oh, I feel bad if it's not working. Might have to lose some points for this. So it looks like the cargo bay is over that way. This tram is, I'm guessing, supposed to turn and go down this track here. No, it's not. It's not quite operating as inspected. Can we get out of here? No, we're just stuck in here. Maybe is there an elevator button or something we can call for help? No. Right, let's jump ourselves out here and head through here. So as we come through this little location, you can see the various different food growing facilities, I'm guessing, in these areas. You've got R3. These other little domes down here. A big space potato plant. What sort of food do you reckon they're growing here on the moon? I'm sure they've got it labelled. So more little growth areas. Let's have a look inside this one. So this one's got a bit of grass, some pipes there, a sprinkler system. Let's follow the track. We'll follow the track and I'll see where it leads. So you can see along the track we've got various different defense turrets as well either side. We've got some solar over here. We've got some satellite dishes, more defense turrets, some little hangars here as well. Let's take a little peek inside here. Oh, so this is a hangar for defense drones of some kind. Wonder if they're automated for them to come out. And then another little hangar here. Very cinematic, this location, isn't it? We'll continue in through the bunker. So I'm guessing as the vehicle would actually come and enter through here, you'd arrive at this station. So let's just drop our character off right there. So there's a little automated defense drone there. It feels a little bit like Black Mesa, this. Someone suggesting the growing moonshine down here. Oh, you have moonshine on the moon. That would be pretty good, wouldn't it? We've got a little drill craft there. It looks like a slidey one with wheels. Some more lifting craft. Little patrol vehicle. Look at that. That's cool with double glass cockpits there. And then various different shelves with extra tooling. So what do you guys think of this facility so far? Of course, it's got a transport network. It's got the food plant on the outside. And let's actually dive a little bit deeper into the facility. We've got various arrows. It's an absolute maze. Look at these tunnels, though. So the cargo terminal's where this is the residential section and laboratory complex. So behind this first blast door. Oh, we've got like a defense. Look at these. These are cool. So little defense turrets. In case anyone breaches in. Look at that armory down here. And then through this section, we're going deeper into the residential section. It goes on for miles. No wonder you need a car to get around. Oh, there's a little security barrier checkpoint as well. And then the train continues on down here. Wow. This is really impressive. Did you guys expect to see all this down here? Because I definitely didn't expect to see these. Look at them. So these are giant sort of solar food producers that are rotating with light bulbs. Something I've never ever seen before. I've never even thought I've seen something like that. We've got 4 of them growing mass amounts of food underground. Little storage area right there. It's just like in every single nook and cranny there's something that's been hidden behind every corner. And even down here, what could possibly down in the basement? An access hallway? This is really impressive. It just goes on and on and on. I feel like I'm completely lost. We're going to have a quick look through the walls, maybe behind all the rocks and asteroids, and see just how big this facility is. So this is a little maintenance tunnel that runs under the whole place. And there's even an elevator. Maybe we'll have to reload it and see if we can get the tram moving again. Let's just pop out through the wall so we can get a scale. So this is just how big this place is. What's over in this section here? So that's a little bit of a garage that we've just had a quick look at, I think. Cargo containers, crates over there. Yeah, this is fantastic, guys. If you're like a bit of a mole person, I'm a bit of a mole person who likes to live deep underground. Is this an armoured train? Some sort of train with a turret on? It may be a defence train of some kind down here. Another cart with magnets on the top for transport. And there's the elevator right there. I wonder how you can control these. Is there some sort of cockpit that I'm missing, or is it completely automated? Yeah, so it looks like it's an automated system of some kind, and there's a cockpit here. So let's just jump over here and see if we cannot break it, because that would be the first thing that I'm going to do. So we'll head over to this section. Whoa! Give it a little bit of a cheeky thrust. So that then getting stuck on one of them catwalks at the side there. So there is some things that need checking out. So I believe it got stuck on that catwalk with this little bit that was hanging out there. So the facility definitely needs some checking out just to make it completely functional. But the idea behind it is beautiful. Working elevators, transport systems. Gorgeous. Let's just give it a little bit of a zoom out and check out some of these other areas. And then we'll head on to the next facility. Because, I mean, we've already spent way too long just looking at one. We've got so many to go through. What's this over here? This caught my eye. It's some sort of force field in this section. Oh, it's such a Half-Life-esque vibe, this. Oh, is that a drone? Oh, it's a little drone that's floating around delivering a container. Oh, lovely. Should we? What we'll do is we'll do one reload to try and get that train, the transport train, working. But look at that, scooting around like that. Isn't that a cool idea? And then you've got the little pits under here. And they've used a force field to create that effect. Some great ideas here, guys. Let's just zoom back out through the wall and see if there's any other areas. So we've got the growing area. We've got that strange sort of pit over in that section. And then this area leads underground to another part of the facility. A giant staircase that weaves itself up. And then like a little go-kart area. Well, not go-karts. They're like little carts to get around the facility, I'm guessing. Look at that. More pipes, more detail in this section. And then you've got a food hall as well in here. Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing what players, you know, have when they have the time to build something like this. And this main tunnel then goes back to the entranceway over here. Let's just work our way through. Another one of them little rumba bots, as people were calling them. Got these little electrolysis type machines there in the Fieldwork DLC. This is a really cool bunker complex. You could have amazing battles down here. Yeah, the battles down here could go on for ages. Imagine having one team start from that side of the facility and then attack through it. And then this is underneath some of the growing areas that are on the surface up above. So if we just jump in here for a second, you can see they have these little access doors. And then this is some kind of elevator access through here. Or even stair access on either side. That just leads you back out to there. How cool. We'll reload it. We'll give it a reload and we'll see if we can get that tram working. But yeah, the facility just goes on and on and on. And what's this area here? Is this some sort of test site? Some sort of extraction site? Or it looks like it could be a docking area. And the only reason I think it would be a docking area is because we've got that little aircraft control place up there at the top. Yeah, a really nice facility. I love the look of that. Let's do a cheeky reload and see if we can get things going. So we'll just jump back to the main menu and reload this world up. It might take a second. So what are thoughts? What are our thoughts of this first bunker that we're taking a look at? And I wouldn't get like blown away from this first one because the other ones are going to blow you away just as equal. So let's load up. Let's go to a new game and let's go to the community content. Would need a couple of APCs, tanks, people are suggesting for a battle in there. Would you have a battle in there? Imagine 64 players running around inside there. That'd just be mental. And we'll start this up and we'll go again. Yeah, I definitely think this bunker could be from you know some sort of artwork, or it could be used in a trailer. The tram system needs a little bit of looking at. We'll see if it works 100% of the time. But we'll have a little bit of a nosy through it right now as it boots back up. Some people, Nosy thinks he's going to win. Oh, so he said he thinks he's not going to win. Right, let's have a quick look. So we have got ourselves the tram over in this section. We'll jump on the tram one more time and we'll hope it all works. I don't know if it was because I jumped in and out of spectator as well. So this time I'm going to stay inside the tram. You can see there's some sort of welding going on. Maybe welding it up, fixing it up. So we've moved to this point. Something's happening. Yeah, piston's moving up to the level of the track. Perfect. And now, will it do anything? This is your second time. This is your time to shine, train. Come on, train. Sit on the train and just wait. How long am I going to have to wait in here? Okay, something's happening. Are we moving? Are we going up and down? Nothing like chilling out to some elevator music in Space Engineers. Is this something that we need to be looking out for? No buttons? How long should we really give this train? If we were in a rush to get into the facility, imagine there's an emergency and you just sat here. The whole facility's blowing up around us and we're just trapped in here with the elevator music playing. Now that would be something. Yeah, so that's as far as I think the train's getting at the minute. Unless it takes much longer than that. But if it took any longer than that, then... Is it... It looks like it's got itself stuck. Looks like it's supposed to try and rotate. Should we dare do that? Oh, I don't know if that's going to break it, though. Yeah, so it's getting caught on these when it's rotating. Or maybe that's supposed to happen. Oh, I hate fiddling. Fiddling's going to get me in trouble now because I know this train's not going to connect on the track. Okay. Yes! We did it! We did it! We did a little fiddle and it worked. There goes the train. Okay, so now it's working its way across the track, transporting us into the facility. The elevator music has stopped. Let's get ourselves inside so we can have a look at the view as we cross this bunker. That's impressive, that, though. It's a proper, like, Black Mesa Half-Life type vibe, but on the moon, of course. Yeah, look at that. There's a little drone that's patrolling out there. It'd be cool to see this under, like, a red alert. You're travelling down the train. And, oh, there's even something up there. There's, like, a little bit of background scenery. Some more solar. Yep, so there we go. There's the train now functioning after a little bit of a tweaking. So then it's coming up into this next little section. They've got this other control tower. We'll have a quick look in here. Look at the detailing on that. Got that lovely corrugated steel running up the side. Okay, we've looked at this now long enough. We need to jump onto the next one. So we're going to see a little... Oh, you can see the train down there moving along the track. You're going to see a little bit of flickering. I do apologise. And this is just me bringing up the next details of the next one. Because I want to make sure that we're covering as many as we can. We'll try and speed run a few of these. So that was a lovely one created by Necron 910 and FHN. So thank you for that submission. So the next one we're going to is the in vain scenario. So in the in vain scenario, let's slide ourselves out of this one. Exit to the main menu. Lovely. So overall thoughts on that one, guys. The train obviously needs a little bit of work. The bunker itself is incredible. I could see myself happily living there. A nice bit of story about this food plant. There's also more additional information that we could sit there and read through all day as well on the Steam Workshop post. Let's load up the next one. So new game, community content, and let's do a little cheeky search there. And here's the in vain scenario. Now a lot of these fieldwork competitions we saw raised to the top of the workshop. And that was really nice to see. It was nice to see the whole community out there supporting other builders create, you know, a fantastic bunker. Because I think there is sort of an inner kid in all of us who wants to build a cool survivalist bunker with a nice story to it. Right, okay. So here we are at the in vain scenario. So this is a whole scenario. Some recommendations for a more enjoyable experience. Turn signals off. Take the trucks when you find them. Upgrade the trucks. Don't use the terminal. So this is going to be a scenario. We're not going to play through it. We're just going to kind of have a look around it using the F8 key. But if you want a cool scenario to play, definitely try and check this one out. But look at this. Sort of fog type cliff. What's going on there? Some sort of damaged antenna. Oh, and the story's playing on the left there. So you can read through, guide you through this various different little bit scenario mission. Okay, so we're now in the F8 menu, and we're probably going to see a lot of things we're not supposed to see. This is the little landing pad that we've started on the side of the cliff, and we'll work our way inside the facility. Where there's different things like lifts and elevators, I'll try and activate them as well. So let's have a look. Elevator reverse. Was that a custom noise on the elevator as well? So that guides you through here. And you've got to remember, since this is a scenario, it's designed for you to play through it. So you'll be building, you'll be doing different challenges, you'll be finding information on backpacks. So there'll be areas that look a bit strange, like that are closed off with force fields and stuff to stop you going in there. Let's have a little bit of a look through here. So we'll just have a bit of a gist of the facility, the bones of it, and then we'll work our way through. So it looks like some sort of mining outpost of some kind. I'm only just guessing at that. We'd have to inject into the actual story itself. We'll have a quick look on the Steam. A research bunker has lost contact for too long, and we are sending you in to find out what happened. Last we heard, the foundation of the station has failed, and many of the containment procedures have failed. Airlocks have all been sealed, security systems are turning inwards, the crew is missing, logs hint at desperation, sabotage, and growing force inside the bunker. Someone tried to stop it, they failed. Okay, so there's some objectives. Restore power, find out what happens. So that's what you'll be doing if you explore that. And it looks like there's some sort of drone that's exploded in this area. Look at that. We've got like a little cargo area through here. So yeah, this is a complete scenario by the look of it. Something that you could engage with and be guided through. I don't know what could possibly happen in here. A giant turret. Some sort of weapon testing area of some kind. I don't know, it reminds me of a little bit of Portal for some reason down here. So there we go through the facility. Oh, there's some angry AI, I'm guessing, involved in this story. I'm trying not to spoil it. Okay, so there's the end there. Thank you for playing. But this is a beautiful scenario bunker. Lots of little areas as well to explore. Let's go and find some of them trucks that the objective was talking about. So there's like a little bit of a mining area that guides you through the back. into one of these bunkers. These tubes are perfect for building, you know, your little bunkers, your little pipe works. Force shutdown initiated. Something's happened suspicious here in this area as well. And then down below, we've got another force field with some sort of strange alien fauna behind it. Stop the experiment. Oh, sorry. Stop one experiment. So maybe it's like a little bit of a chapter. Game's muted. Do we want the... Okay, let's try and get the game sound in here as well. Okay, so there's the desktop audio enabled. So if the in-game sound gets a little bit loud, guys, let us know. Okay, so this is one of the main halls. We've got like a little lab area of some kind, some medical station. It's probably one of them scenarios where you turn the med bays on as you go, so you can respawn closer, like a little bit of checkpoints. We've seen that done before. And they've got various different labs throughout the facility here. Because Nosy's in the chat, so Nosy might be able to guide us a little bit without spoiling what this scenario is all about. Let's jump through here. Oh, all these numbers on the doors, what could these possibly be? Strange experiment, a target range. Yeah, this is definitely a cool one to explore. We've got a little drone in here that the player's probably going to have to fight. And then these cool little vehicles. Look at that little spotlight they've got on the back there as well. Overjay is saying they played through the scenario. It's actually interesting to play. Has anyone else played through this scenario and had a go? Oh, look at that. There's like a little buried rover under there that's been damaged in a cave-in. Over on this side, it looks like the alien goo is spreading. It's filled up this area around the drill. Very cool indeed. And then the airlock brings you back around into like a freight hangar. There's been some sort of battle, perhaps, that's happened here. We've got the red engineers that have been shot or just killed in some mysterious manner. Emergency power up in this direction. Oh, it's getting a bit foggy in here. The ice mine. Oh, destroyed bridge of some kind. But yeah, this looks like a really cool facility. And I like the idea that it's got a scenario behind it. So you'd be playing through this and you wouldn't just be, you know, exploring it or looking around. Okay. So, yeah, the game volume seems to be great. Thank you, Raven. Let's jump into our next one. So we're going to have a little bit of flickering again as I bring up the next scenario. So we're on to our third bunker. This is the Hatco bunker by Hellflanker that we're going to be looking at next. So let's exit out of this scenario. Apologise for the flicking once again. Back to the main menu. And we seem to be loading up these scenarios pretty quickly as well. The first one was a little bit of a challenge, but it was a big one. And then over to community content. And we can boot this one up any second. So as this one boots up, as soon as I've searched it, we'll read a little bit of the background of this particular bunker, what's happened. Well, someone's asking Nosy how he buried the small grid within the rocks. Now that is an interesting one. Hatco bunker. So here we go. Let's start this one up and let's read a little bit of information as that one's loading up. So there's no information on the Steam page. There might be been some information on the email that was sent in, but let's have a little bit of look at this Hatco bunker. Let's see what we've got. There's just something really exciting about exploring someone else's world. I don't know what it is. It's like being like in a candy shop, you know. There's loads of different little bits, and it's like, oh, look at that, look at this. So, what's everyone thought of that scenario bunker? We'll try not to compare in the chat of bunker to bunker. We'll try and just kind of give them their own merits. So, the merits of that second one was an interesting scenario from what the guys said. It had quite like a dark sort of danger environment. It had a bit of a Dead Space vibe as well. I don't know if you guys caught that sort of feeling for some reason. And it had some nice little set pieces that the player would come across and explore. And it had a very sort of like inquisitive manner it was laid out, where you felt like as we were wandering through it, you were discovering the next area, almost like a mission you'd expect. Now, what is this? Okay, let's try not to die here. So this is some sort of water down here, I'm guessing. Let's head inside here. Okay, I do not know. What's going on here? Look at this place. There's some sort of... Are we in this central reactor of some kind? It reminds me of like a nuclear reactor core with some sort of water cooling down there. Let's go back out to the camera and have a look around. So this is the outside of the facility. Everything's still streaming in at the moment, so there's a few bits of choppiness. Let's have a look through here. So these look like there's some sort of defense turrets that are out here on the perimeter. It's in this sort of snowy tundra area. Double Gatling gun, camera equipped. Simple rotor based turret. Very cool indeed. Let's have a walk around here. So this one, I'm getting a few little frame rate drops here and there, so you just have to bear with me. If it gets particularly annoying, we might just move on to the next scenario. So there's a little bit of a landing pad out here, complete with 2 ships by the look of it. Both combat ships. Look at them angled rocket pods either side, ready to intercept. But this one's quite nice as well. It's got some sort of detail, side thrusters, top areas as well. And then we've got the bunker. These are also really unique ways of doing sort of dishes. Look at these little dishes here. So these are on a hinge, I'm guessing, and they've been hinged over and then locked into place by sandwiching them into the ground. And here's the main bunker. There's a little searchlight there, and yeah, we're getting a little bit of lag. We're getting a little bit of lag, so there must be a lot of stuff going on underground in this bunker. So we'll see how we can proceed. We'll see if it's just a bit too much, or if this one's completely cooking my poor computer. Yeah, so on entry, we've got a little turret up at the top there. That's guarding the entranceway. Very nice. Let's bring our character over here and just see if that helps with performance a little bit. Sometimes when the character's nearby, things get a little bit smoother. So still a little bit choppy. But we'll see if we can continue on. So we've got a little entranceway over there on the side. We might just have to reload the scenario if we're getting a lot of chop. Yeah, we're getting quite a bit here. Maybe there's something moving around underneath the base. Let's just jump through and have a quick look. Yeah, it's increasing in lag. Right, okay. We'll just back out to the main menu for the moment, and then we'll reload this scenario back up. Well, this one looks really intriguing. That central room, I have no clue what that could possibly be for. But the outside has that sort of almost Star Wars sort of base entrance, you know, where it's just like a hidden entrance in the side of a hill. Yes, some people are suggesting that maybe there's a lot of lights within the facility. That could definitely cause some performance issues. Let's load it back up. We'll give it another shot. If not, we'll just have to move on to the next one. I'm going to try and cover as many of these bunkers in like an overall sort of video as well that we'll put up on the channel. So don't feel like just because we missed it here, I'll try my best to get it out on the channel and get your creations shown off. Okay, so back to the Hatco bunker. Let's start that up. I always, when I first took on this position to try and show these creations and show off the community's work like this, I want to do you guys proud and really show everything that we've got to offer. But it's always a case that there's never enough time to show everyone's creations, and that is a little bit sad. But we'll try and get through as many as possible. So we're running on a PC at the moment, but this is my first time doing this sort of stream setup. Joel ran me through it. He gave me the best crash course in streaming. He guided me through how he likes to set it up and whatnot. And he said, just go for it. And they'll be really nice. And so far, as we know, the Space Engineers community are lovely. They're super helpful in the chat, and they're great at guiding me through this one. So 89, nearly 100%. I'm really eager to see what this bunker's going to be like inside. Well, if my computer sets fire, you'll know, because I'll grab a fire extinguisher and we'll put the thing out. Put them lights. Okay, so we're back inside. A little bit of lag. Let's let this outside load up, and then we'll move our way in. So a little bit of choppiness. Maybe it is the lighting. Little spotlight up there on the side of the bunker. Entranceway here. Yeah, I think it's just the lights. Maybe if we turn off some of the lights, we might get better performance in this place. Let's just have a look at lights. There's going to be so many floodlights. Oh, look at all them. It's not going to look as immersive, but we'll turn off a few of these floodlights, and we'll turn off a good selection of the interior lights as well there. I'll do a few panel lights. That might help us out. Okay. We'll see if that gives any better performance. Okay, so we can head through it. It seems a little bit smoother. Still a little bit of lag as some of them lights are hitting. But yeah, I think the issue is due to the lighting. There's just tons of lights down every way. There we go. But this is a really big facility and I really want to explore it. So that way is blocked off. We've got some big transport vehicles over here in this section. Look at them. Yeah, so I know it's a little bit laggy, this bunker, just because of the lighting. Perhaps we can turn off even more lights. That might help us. Okay, so everything named light is going off. Crew lights off. Okay, there we go. So that's a big chunk of the lights off, but there's still a lot on. Doesn't look as atmospheric. Yeah, I think we might have to leave this one just because of the performance of it. We're just lagging a little bit too much. Let us know if you do try this one out, what sort of performance you get. So let's jump back to the main menu and head to the next bunker. I'm sorry we couldn't show too much of this one. Okay, so that was the Hatco bunker by Hellflanker 999. So on the next one, we're actually looking at the Fieldwork Scientific Bunker. Really straight name. And let's load up this world and have a look. So a new game, and to the community content we plow. And this is it right here. So let's have a look at what we're working with. So this bunker actually looked a lot smaller than the other entries. And I don't think a massive bunker complex is any more impressive than a small bunker complex that's really nicely detailed and well sort of laid out. So let's have a look at what we've got to work with here. This looked like it was in another snowy location. And we'll see how cozy these bunkers are. It'd be nice to have like a little bit of a log cabin bunker. A bit more survivalistic. So as that's loading up, let's just check over the chat and see how everyone's doing. Yeah, we seem to be enjoying these bunkers quite a bit. There we go. World is nearly loaded. 88%. This smaller bunker is taking longer than some of the larger ones. So maybe it just looks smaller on the surface, but it's actually going to be a lot bigger. Yeah, spotlights is always something you've got to be quite considerate about as well when you come to building. The more lights that you put into a build, the more challenging it can be, and the more of just a performance impact that you can have on the game. Okay, so here is the facility. This one is a bit smoother. Yeah, it's a lot smoother. Oh, we're still getting a little bit of lag, but that's just probably things streaming in. Okay, so there we go. There's the starting area. This looks like it could also be another scenario. So coming up through the gate. Oh, look at this. Hang on, is this a mod someone has used? Let's have a quick look come through here. Oh no, it's not a mod. It's just a glass screen that someone's projected through. Is that interesting? We'll have a look back at that. If it is a mod or I come across anything like that, we will just have to not proceed with it. Let's have a quick look. So there we go. We've got a lovely little forklift here with some barrels going on through here. We've got this little catwalk access through this red area here. There's definitely some sort of battle. Something's happened here at this facility. Something's gone out of control. Okay, let's head on through here, through this little elevator. So this looks like it's some sort of angled elevator. They seem very popular, these sort of elevator designs. I wonder just why the angled elevator is more popular than the vertical. Is it just more cinematic? Look at that. Let's go down below and watch it come down towards us. Oh, look at that. What's this? So this is like a piston on its side by the look of it. A little bit of rust. Because this bunker feels a bit more old. You know, things have worn out a little bit more. Maybe it's still maintained, but you know, it's been down here for a long time. These little reinforcement panels, pipes running across the top there. Yeah, Raven said there, look, it's a hollow LCD. And then as we get to this area, is this little ramp going to come down? Look at that. Little details like that make everything So we've got a little fire illuminating some of these hallways. Oh, this is spooky. Oh, look at that. Okay, so we've got some science, habitation, manufacturing, security, labs. Okay. So here it's got some little lights guiding you to the various different areas. Got a crashed rover there. Look at that. That's cool. Like, look at that. I don't know why, but these things I always find really impressive when people do these little generator trailers. Look at that cute little trailer with the hitch. And then it's got the little spotlight there so you can see where some... That's a shovel! Isn't that cool? Little magnet with some piping up on the top. Oh, and there's like a... there's like a wooden trap to explore down there. These are cool as well, these little road construction. I get really excited over the smaller details. Like, think of all the applications you could use. Look at the idea of this, how that's been constructed like that. You could use that in various different hallways to block areas off. Let's bring ourselves back to our special spectator camera. And we'll have a look what's down the secret hole. Get your crowbar out. Oh, so it's like an air vent down here of some kind. All the access ways are limited. And these raise all the way. Do these all go all the way up to the surface? So it's an actual ventilation system. Yeah, so these are the vents that are up on top of the bunker that we saw on the way in. But this could be a cool way of infiltrating into the bunker itself. Look at that. Yeah, this is good. This is. I agree with you, Nosy. This is a good one. But saying that, all the ones we've seen so far have been really good. What's down here? More air vents leading to suspicious looking areas, and we're back up to the elevator. Yeah, I don't think a bunker's complete without air vents. You'll have to let me know, though. Do you think we need more air vents in our bunkers so you can have... God, yeah, and then aliens in your air vents? Now, that's something I don't even want to think about. So we're back down into this facility. So we went down that little bit of a side hole that took us to the maintenance. What was the purple route? Let's have a quick look at the purple route. It was signposted here. So that's the labs. So let's take a look at the labs. I like how this area's been gravel. It's been reinforced with the walls there as well. Oh, and they've got like little shields to protect you from the area that's been mined out, especially if you were driving through this area. This could be a vanilla scenario. It's that nice, the interior here for this. Some barrels. The lab area looks like the door's been breached. Someone's broke into the facility. Maybe they took valuable research tech. Oh, so here's the lab. Yeah, this is very suspicious. The button here as well. Should we press it? Expose the reactor core. Yeah, so there's a little reactor core coming out there. This is another great one that would be fun for some firefights. Like, you could have one team defending the various different locations within the bunker, and then the other group breach in and come and try and destroy the reactor core. I always say this with things on the workshop. When you see something, like, there's so many uses for the different builds. What's down here then? So this has been another little battle going on through here. See, the turrets have been destroyed. There's been some sort of barricade that have been put up there. The shooting range. This is the armory. Maybe there's a battle for some sort of armory, or the security accommodation. A little shower block over on this side. What's going on through here? So this is the toilet, of course. And then inside the shooting range here. Yeah, you need a shooting range in your bunker. I'm getting more Fallout-esque vibes from this place. I don't know if it's just because it's more exposed down here. Let's explore over into this area here as well. So there's two more. Oh, these are the little trailers with the lights. They fold up. That's cool. Is there a vehicle that we can use to tow them out? Oh, and there's some mobile barriers. So these are little concrete barriers. That's a really cool idea. So they've got mag locks on there so you can transport the concrete barriers. And then they've got like little locking tabs. Yeah, so they've got locking tabs as well so you can lock them together. What sort of vibe are you guys getting from this bunker? Let us know. Oh, there's one of the little cars. Little security car. This one not destroyed. Little checkpoint. Let's work our way into this area. Little forklift area. Nice bit of red colour coding. What are these? Oh, so these are manufacturing the cars. Interesting. So they've used the little thrusters here as fake little welders. And on this next part of the production line, the machine's actually putting the wheels on the rover. Serious points here. I like this. I like the idea of having an underground production facility. Let's roll into this little area here. Little security checkpoint. And one of my favourite little things to do is we'll just zone ourselves out so we can see what's in addition. So down here, oh, so these are little railings they've used and they submerged them into the ground. Got some little go-karts over in this section, and this is the accommodation block, I'm guessing. We'll have to check the signposting again. Yeah, there's some great props on this one. Like this is some real, it's real important things really for when you're building a bunker. You need these sort of barriers, these things to put off limits areas in. Sorry for exploring out through the walls. Let's have a go at one of these little carts. We'll take one of these back up to the surface. Okay, so of course we need our safety beacon on. Oh, so you've got elevator music as well. And there's the beacon. Oh, that's great, isn't it? You got to have safety, you know, when you're moving around your bunker. Look at that. Oh, so we need to fix up this because otherwise we're not going to be able to get our rover back to the surface. Maybe we'll cheat a little bit and take it out. Okay, sorry for that siren. Let's turn that thing off. There we go. And now we're loading onto the elevator. Not the most elegant parking. Parking brake engaged. And let's head on up. I like how the little gate tapped the rover on board. The main lab. Raven says we should check the main lab. We've missed the main lab. Let's zone ourselves back up. Okay, we'll have a quick look at our little cart going back up to the surface. And as that does that, let's have a look at this main lab. So the actual laboratory was on the purple one. So that's coming through this area and leads back down here. So there must have been an area that we actually missed in this main lab. So this was the reactor core that we exposed. Then over in this section, there's another part of the lab. What's going on here? So that's the that's some sort of projector. What is that projecting? Oh. This is a bit suspicious. What's happening in here? Let's drop our character back over here. Oh, I'm glad he wasn't in the vehicle still. That would have been made for a mega mess. So they've got little projections of characters inside the test tubes. Spectral suppression field offline. What's this do? Let's power it up. Oh, look at that! Okay, we powered that back up. I don't know if that's going to be good or bad. Oh, wow. So there's like some sort of suppression field. So this is why they broke into the lab, I'm guessing. Yeah. That's really cool. It was worth it. It was worth it. It was worth coming in this one. Thoughts on this build, guys? We'll proceed to the next one. So let's head back to the main menu and I will check my tab of builds. So still plenty. We've got Research Outpost B7. But before we go any further, let me just give you the information of the last one. So that was the Field Scientific Bunker by Solace. Very nice build indeed there. The pictures on the Steam Workshop don't do it justice. That was a really cool bunker. Like yeah. We need to change the pictures on that one. Definitely. Maybe rename it as well. There's a lot of cool stuff in there, especially them spotlights. How you guide yourself. The elevator was lovely. Really nice bunker. So we're going to move to Research Outpost B7. And this is Roche. So we'll get back to the main menu. Let everything load back up. And we can search the community content for the next one. So have we had a favourite so far, guys? We've seen big ones. We've seen small facilities. We've seen ones with lots of lights. We've seen ones with trains that need a little bit of reworking. We've seen sort of food processing plants. We've seen scenarios. I like how everyone's just took this to the, whatever direction they want. So this is Research Outpost B7, and this is an energy spike was detected on a barren planet. To solve that event, a small team was sent to build the first wave outpost. Because of the lack of resources, the majority of the materials has to be transported on the surface. Fortunately, the pre-built and easy to connect outpost system made it child's play. The second wave includes size 4 block builds, so let's have a quick look at this. First information reveals an astounding reaction in the cave below. Further studies are needed, but we lost connection to local personnel. Oh, I love that. I love a little bit of a something's happened to everyone and now we've got to go and have a look scenario. It feels like it's the default sort of sci-fi explore, like no one's responding. Let's send a team to that planet. Hopefully they'll respond. All right, let's have a quick look at the chat as well. The shovel. The shovel was one of my favourite parts of that build as well. I wasn't expecting that, and it put a giant smile on my face seeing that little shovel. The detail of using a little landing gear lock there with some piping on it it's just cool. It's nice when players go to that extra level, and they also create something that we've never even thought about building. So yeah, we've got a shovel. The shovel is going to be hard to compete with, I think. I failed to play B7. Couldn't figure it out so far, over Jay said. So we'll see if we can figure it out. When there's a big group of us like this, it might be a little bit easier as well. Loading through to 88%. Yeah, I loved seeing every time an entry came in for this, I quickly jumped on it, had a quick nosy through it all. Oh, bloody hell, what's the fuel critical? Okay, sorry about that, guys. Hopefully you've not been deafened by that fuel critical message there. Okay. So let's have a little bit of a look around. Let's give it a second for everything to load in. And it has been set at night time. So we'll play the scenario as it's been set rather than turn it to day. We've got these cool sort of outcrop. Are these like living quarters? No, these are test facilities of some kind. We've got the centralized landing pad. We've got the character who started here next to this drill platform. And it seems like there's been various different components. Maybe this is part of these pre-constructed sort of modules that have flown down. A big crane over in this section here. Let's have a quick look around these outskirts. So there's some small modules over here. Maybe this was the first outpost where they did some of the testing experimentation. Yeah, at least the inventory wasn't full. And then we've got a solar array over there. What's over here? So these are more landing pads and docking areas. Let's head down into this facility. So we'll activate our headlamp and we'll head on down. So it looks like this one's going to be quite big as well. We've got some buttons. Reverse. Oh, so this is a lift. The lift's detected me here. Little airlock extending to connect me to the lift. And here we go. We are going down into the facility. Look at that. Is a bunker complete without a lift? It's a good question. Is a bunker complete without a lift? Oh, so this is some sort of giant cave. Oh, this looks cool. Let's turn that light off and be fully immersed in the experience. Okay. So there is some ladders as well that take you back up to the surface in case the elevator breaks. And we've got a little bit of light coming down into this section. So something's happening down here. There's some shadows or lighting casting being created. Okay. Not too sure what's happening there. Let's just give it a minute to work it out. So this is a little bit of facility. So this is what we're trying to get over to. I'm guessing it's all these lights that are down here spinning around causing some of the trouble. Yeah, the shovel, guys, was definitely worth a rewatch of that last bunker that we had in Explorer. Yeah, so we're getting some problems with the lighting down here. But it does look certainly cool, doesn't it? Let's just move ourselves up to this observation desk. Yeah, so we've got this little facility over here. Let me just try and get the camera. Yeah, so we're getting a little bit of performance drop because of the lighting. Oh yeah, that's spooky, that. Leading down various different markers. Yeah, what's over on this section as well? So this one's a little bit smaller, but still very impressive. Yeah, we're actually catching back up. Performance is going back up now. Yeah, it's just around this area with all these lights being cast. Some strange sort of anomaly down here. Let's move on to the next one, but before we do so, let me just have a quick check underground to see if there's anything we missed. We can see how the lights have been set up as well down there in that section. Yep, only if there was a vanilla lava texture, or vanilla voxel texture. The lava. I know you guys are lava crazy. Very cool indeed. Let's head back to the main menu. And then we'll move on to the next one. So we might get a little flicker. I do apologise. So yeah, that was Research Outpost Theatre B7. And that was by Roche. So on to the next one. Now, this is Zeta Research and Development by Vinny that we're going to have a quick look at now. So, sometimes you can't really tell by the pictures that have been provided on the Steam Workshop. So, we'll go to a new game. We'll go to our community content. And we'll do a little quick search. And there it is. So there's the view of it from the character. So let's have a quick look. Fieldwork bunker competition entry. Turn on your sound. Oh, I'm a bit scared. Hopefully the sound's not too loud. You'll be missing details if you mute the audio. Description. Isolated viral research facility for conducting experiments on alien life forms with potential implications of biological weapons. And, you know, there's never any nice places, is there? Like, a lovely bunker where we, you know, where we inspect local bird species or, you know, something like that. The frozen environment ensures any pathogen leaks or escapes from life forms will be unable to spread. So, yeah, so that makes sense. It's in the cold. Let's boot this one up and have a look. Let's see what we've got. So highlights so far. The shovel. The lava was cool. The lava was cool. It was glowing. It could have been some sort of strange alien thing as well, I'm guessing. The first facility, the sort of transport system was really cool. I liked how complicated it was as well. Okay, so here's our little outpost. We'll zoom out with the camera. So this might be another case of a smaller facility from the outside. Nice little antenna dish there for communication of some kind. And then outside, we've got some nice details. A little entranceway. Very plain and simple, this entranceway. There's nothing wrong with that. You want a discreet facility. You don't want big signposts saying, you know, top secret as you enter in here. So as we enter into the facility, we've got a little vehicle hangar bay. That's critical inside. You don't want your vehicles freezing up inside the cold. Ooh, there's some spooky sounds. Hold on, let's enter with our character. Okay, let's pop that door open. Coming into there. There's going to be some sensors, isn't there, that trigger various different sounds. Okay. Oh, dramatic music playing. That can only mean one thing. Oh, what's going on here? There's a little bag by the side of the desk there as well. That's a fun little detail. Like it's like almost like someone's working in there with that little bag that's packed to the side there. Let's head on inside. Yeah, that's a fun little detail. Just a parachute that someone's left by the side of the desk. Or someone's been working a late shift. I'm being very immersed with this music. Oh, did that music start up when we opened the toilet then? Okay. Yeah, it feels like a cool environment. I like how that desk over there has been detailed. There's space credits piled out on the sides as well. Let's pop this next doorway up and have a little explore. Oh, cool. Look at this. Okay. How does this work? Let's try and figure this out. Small connector. Headlights. Oh, it's going to be a remote control in it. Of course it is. Oh, yes. Oh, no, it's not stuck in here, is it? Oh, no, it's just the right size to go around the corridors. Perfect. Little golf cart. That is what you need in your bunker. Little golf cart to get around like that. Let's leave our cart there for a second while we have an explore up here. Yeah, so we've got a little bit of armory, security checking area up here. Okay. Very nice. Okay, let's head on through to this next area. Let's have a nosy through here. Perfect. Oh, so there's a defense turret of some kind. Let's just turn this music off. I know it's supposed to be... Is it a jukebox that's playing it? Let's have a quick look. Okay, we'll leave it on for the moment. Let's get our remote control back online here. Controlling that. Let's head on through. So we've got the little cart that scans you as you go past. It looks a bit upset there, doesn't he? That little turret. Let's pop out to the side. Is there a button we can press? Oh, I love these panels as well. There we go. Oh, it's a second blast door as well. Let's continue heading through with our little remote control buggy. So what's in this section? So there's some sort of access way down to them lower area. We've got ourselves 2 more rovers. These rovers look like they have some sort of cage on the back of them. Should we be concerned? I think we might have to be. Let's just head on through. We'll bring our camera inside here. So we've got one of the labs up in this section. Wonder if we've got any more detailed areas where this thing's hanging out on the side. Yeah, so they've put some extra bits on here. Look at that. Beautiful lab. Very immersive environment. Okay. Let's head on through to this next area. So that's going to lead into that section. What's in this part of the lab downstairs? Oh, look at that. Yeah, this is a beautiful bunker. Got little bits of lighting going on that side. More golf carts. You can't go wrong with some more golf carts. And then we've got another sort of drilling rig. That looks like it's going down into the core of the planet. Oh yeah, look at that. That's cool, isn't it? Something's hammering itself in there. Oh, so that's going to retract itself back up. Yeah. Oh, someone's saying they look a bit like Unimogs to do some of the vehicles. Yeah, this is another really impressive facility. To be honest, the music, the sort of golf cart, finding that in the storage locker was kind of fun. I'm just trying to see if this thing's going to go and hammer down. Yeah, I like that. That's fun. A little bit of an access way to the machine there underneath. We've got something else that's pushing back and forth here as well. Yeah, there's just a certain element of cinematicness to this build as we scan through here. Okay, let's head on. Let's continue through our bunker. Do we need to take the golf cart, that is? Oh, we'll take one of these. We'll take one of these caged vehicles. See if we can fit it through. Pop this another door up. Okay. And let's power up our systems. And parking brake off. Let's see how these drive. Okay, there we go. Oh, at least they're a nice slow speed as well, so it means that I won't just floor it and go straight into a wall. Drive it through here. There's also something really fun about driving in these bunkers. Oh, so this just leads back down here. It's another entranceway. Yeah, that's cool. Let's just bring ourselves out through the wall so we can see if we missed any parts of the facility. Look at that. So that's that main room there. We've got the lab and everything that we've passed through over here. Oh, what's this? Oh, this is some sort of air vent, I'm guessing. Does this just lead off the main... Oh, there's a frozen lab. Where's this? How do we get into here? Okay, so it's all sort of cryo and frozen back down here. And that leads us through... Oh, so it's a little bit of a side door, the vac station. Yeah, that's cool. What do you guys think of this one? Another really beautiful... This one more compact. There's a lot of things going on in this base in a very small area that I really do like. Okay, let's move ourselves on to the next one. So, we're going to bring ourselves back to the main menu in a moment's time. And the next one we're having a look at is the Consolidation Research Facility 02. Now, the creator of that last one we just looked at was Vinny. So, the next one, the Consolidation Research Facility 02 by Falterist. We'll load it up back in game as well. This one looks a little bit bigger. Yeah, the core hammer was definitely the highlight of that one. When that thing just hit down, the sparks went flying. It was very immersive. Each one of these builds has had like a memorable area or something that's really unique to it, and I like to see that. So back over to the community content, and let's head over here as well. Let's have a look how we're doing for time. So yeah, we're into the second sort of hour of having a good nosy through these, and there's still so many to have a look at. We're definitely not going to be able to get through them all tonight. Let's boot this up though if we can. I think I downloaded so many massive bunkers. Okay, so here is this research facility. Let's have a quick read. Built shortly before the war, the Republic Consolidation Research Facility 02 became an important research centre for many consolidation corporations. Modern equipment, multi-stage defence systems, and comfortable living conditions for staff were the reasons why this facility was chosen for scientific research. Okay. During the war, the complex was used primarily for military development. So this is going to be something we're going to see some military equipment perhaps on this one. However, shortly before the end of the war, contact with the center was lost. Another place where the contact was lost with the center. And maybe this is just something that happens in space. The research center consists of 4 parts: external area, hub, sector A, sector B, so laboratories. Movement between the sector and the hub is by tram. Ooh, we've got a tram competitor. Let's have a look. So, yep, Noisy saw this one. This one's going to be exciting. There's a tram involved. It sounds like there's quite a bit of a layout of the facility. It sounds big in size as well, because you're not going to have a tram for a really small facility. So let's have a bit of a recap. So we've seen a really cool shovel. We've seen an earth hammer. We've seen various different designs of golf carts to get around your bunker. But what else would we expect? We've seen a tram that trapped us in there, played elevator music. We saw that it also had some really cool defense turrets, that first one, as well as the food processing area that I really liked. Right, what are we expecting from this one? That's the question. Have you guys seen many of these fieldwork bunkers pop up on the workshop as you've been playing? Or have you not seen any? Was the competition, just did it pop up even on your radar? Did you see the announcement? Did you have time? Did you start building something and then not finish it? I know I've seen a few comments already where people have started design, but they just didn't have enough time to complete it. We've all been there. We've started out with a great idea, and then it's been lost to the battle of work and other life commitments. Okay, so we have popped ourselves in. It looks like we're in a ship. And that's like a little hole underneath for the ship. We've got an access ramp that brings us down onto this pad. So yeah, this is what we saw in the screenshot, I think. Oh, it's a big place. A big bunker. Lots to explore. That's what I like. Okay. So here's the little ship. So the little ship that we came out of has this little cool access ramp here on the side. And I know you want to see it, and I want to do it, so we'll hit the little panel there. And there's the ramp sealed up. We'll pretend that Clang has not consumed it. We'll just lower that down. There we go. Oh, it's misbehaving. There we go. It's all worked and locked in place. So we've got another little landing pad on that side. We've got a turret out on this far platform. And then we've got this nice little colour combo palette on the side there. Unusual but cool. Kind of goes in with the theme of the facility, I'm guessing. So let's head on in. I can't possibly explore all this on foot, but I know a lot of these bunkers have triggers for the character. So we have got surface, we have got sub-level. Another beautiful side movement elevator. And down below it, it's taking us to CRF02. Right, we're arriving down here. There we go. So there's the little bit of an elevator down into this section. And it looks like we've got a little stutter. So this is where you get checked into the bunker. There's some information. Storage control. The convoy has arrived and all the documents are in order. Sending them in. Checkpoint team. Let's have a look at this. This looks like some sort of reinforced blast door of some kind. Let's see if we've got a button that we can access. Let's hit number 1. Oh, very nice. Immersive. It's almost like a Fallout blast door. What's going to happen? Is it going to open? Is it going to fly off? Oh, these little pillars are coming down. Just waiting anticipation. Oh, so this, look at this. Look how thick that door is. I know every time I see one of these, like, I'll probably come back after this stream and test this door in terms of, like, I'll shoot a load of rockets at it and see just how resistant to damage it is. I wonder if them little rotors lock into anything. It doesn't look like it. So there's the main bunker door. We've got some cargo storage other side. And then we've got some golden barrels. What's this? It's like a little cargo hauler of some kind. Yeah, so it looks like it hauls the cargo in the back. Let's have a little drive. We've always got to rate the little buggies that we're seeing move around these facilities. I like this one. I like how it has the little cargo holder in the back. I'm not too sure if you could move much than a barrel. Or maybe that's what it's exactly designed for. There's an APC over there. We need to check that out. Looks like there's a little chill area as well. Some more little transporters. A seating area. So you can hang out in the main hangar. And then there's an APC. Let's have a look at what we've got here. It's like in a snow camouflage. With a side door as well. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Let's jump ourselves in one of these little seats. And I'm guessing the timer block's what closes up the door on the side. Very nice. Let's pop that side door. We've got some cameras. We've got a remote control. Parking brake. Unable to park. Maybe this is not the driver's seat. It's a little bunker with a cool APC inside. The hub over in that direction. That looks like some sort of control room. Very nice indeed. I'm liking the lighting. Let's just turn off our headlights. So, quite an atmospheric hangar. It's got them direct ceiling lights. And they've added some sort of trim to the ceiling there to create some sort of detailing that I'm really vibing with as well. Okay, to the hub. Now this is the trolley, I'm guessing. Oh, we've got to put something on this trolley, haven't we? Let's put one of these little carts on here. One of these little barrel carts. We'll drive it through here. And down. I don't know if we're supposed to be doing this. Hopefully it's not going to break something. There we go. Park that there. Parking brake on. And we've got to the hub, to Sector A, to Sector B. Let's go to the hub. Oh no, we're at the hub probably. To Sector A. Oh, it's quite a fast train as well. Yeah, we've got a little bit of a catwalk there at the side. Of course, everyone knows in every good sci-fi sort of bunker, the tram breaks down at some point, or the tunnel is blocked, and you have to take the alternative, alternative tunnels. Okay, so here is our first sector to explore. 0 days since the last incident, of course. It'd be nice if you could update that. And here we are in the first room. I'm getting some Half-Life vibes. I'm getting some Black Mesa vibes. Here's a research complex O2, Sector A. Biotic Research Laboratory, Applied Physics Department, Medical Center, Common Area. There's going to be so many areas to check out here. We've got a cool rock down there in the center. I'll give some bonus points for that. So we'll bring our camera through the best we can, because I think that's the only way we're going to really be able to appreciate the scale of this facility as well. So there's the train track that we've just been on, and this is the first sector that it's taken us to. So I'll come in through the camera here. This lovely bit of gold here. Up through the medical area. Oh, look at that. They've actually added some voxels in the wall there, so it's got like a bit of grass on the inside. And they've added these little booths to the medical area. Very modern. I do like the shrub effect there on the side. Caution, we've got the scanners over on that side. And we've got the bathrooms down there. This is apparently apartments down in this section. Let's have a look. It looks a little bit poorly lit. So another floor with the various different apartments, I'm guessing. Yeah, a little apartment with the fishing. Very nice. Of course, with some pictures of outside to immerse you in. And then let's have a quick dip into one of these other sections. Look at that. Yeah, the little bit of grass there, a little bit of voxels in the middle really bring the thing to life. And then we've got the Lab 1. We've got some sort of access entryway complete with turrets. A sensor here as well. Let's just bring our character in so that airlock seals up. We've got a scanning system. Yeah, we've seen one of them already. And then we can access the first lab. Yeah, this would be another good facility to definitely have a battle in. You could bring a few friends and blast through here with assault rifles as you try to maybe take some secret lab documents that are stored in one of these sections. But I like how they've got these low ceiling areas that are supported up, and then this pipe work running on top. Some more laboratory access through there, barrels, everything else you need, of course. Very modern. Very nice indeed. So back up to the train, and we're heading to the second sector. If we can get out of it. I think I've trapped myself within the little buggy. Moving to number 3. So yeah, that had quite a few different bits. Medical accommodation, lots of things going on in that small area. Lab, oh, some sort of leaking pipe there. Over on the side. Little access way. And we're going deeper into the facility. This is the final stop. Okay. So, we're at the final stop. We've got some cargo access through here. We've got some barrels over there. What's this? Warning, Lab 3 is under quarantine. Sector B, engineering and control. So let's have a quick look through here. Another scanner. We'll have a look at the quarantine section in a minute. I know you all wanted to go straight into the quarantine area. Yeah, I agree. I like the compounds as well. I like how it's all segregated in different areas, and you could imagine locking down these sections. So this is more apartments and reactor controls. So let's have a quick look for the reactor controls. I know some people like to do big fancy current radiation level. Oh, well, this is soon going to be interesting. Oh, look at this. They've got like fuel rods and things going on down here. We'll bring the camera into play so we can see a little bit more of what's going on. So there's the airlock that we just moved in through. And then the apartments was over in this section. There's like a little access way there as well. And then this is where the reactor room was. So let's bring ourselves in here and have a look at the reactor. So there's the control rods popping up from the ground. And there was the little observation room above. Yeah, this I think what we're working out though as we're going through these facilities, I don't know if you guys are going to agree with me here, is that bunkers seem to have like a few core features, such as the elevators, the golf carts to get around, the tram system, like a reactor, engineering quarters. Some have gone a bit more heavier on, you know, accommodation. Yeah, look at that. So this is, look at them little reactor bits going on down there. I like the lighting as well. Lighting always plays a massive, yeah, just plays a massive part in any build. If you get the lighting right, you can set the whole ambience of a section. Okay, so we've came through here. I'm guessing this is going to be the lab. Chief Operational Officer. And of course, when you do explore these, if you do get a moment to explore them for yourself, is check out the story. We've asked the creators of these to lay out various different parts of the story as you explore. So there's the exit. Go back through this locker here. Ooh. So this is the quarantine area now. So I will bring myself in to the quarantine area. Scanners are activating, of course. I wonder why it's under quarantine though. What's happened down here? And then here we go. So that is, oh, cycle the airlock, of course. We've got a statue area in the middle there. I like the look of that. And then we've got the logo of the facility. We've got Lab 3. Oh, so this is going to be another airlock door, is it, of some kind? I think so, but I don't know where the button is. Bring ourselves into here. Let's have a quick look. So Lab 3. So that's sealed behind this door. Is this like a work in progress type area, or is this sealed for a reason? Maybe this is sealed because it's quarantine area, and that's why it's sealed, isn't it? So our Lab 3 is sealed. Just having a quick look at what's down here. So there's some sort of defensive towers. Oh, so some sort of battles happen. There's a data pad down there as well. That could explain. Oh, the door's been shot up. Lab 3. Here we are. There's another door to breach on open. Everything's flashing down here. That can only mean one thing. There's some sort of emergency or crisis. Decontamination room. Looks like it didn't help. Decontamination room's been blasted. And then something's happened. Oh no, something really bad's happened down here. Oh, maybe they've came across it. They've discovered it finally. See, this is a really cool idea. I like how they've came across this sort of monolith type object like this, because when you do come across this in the vanilla game, you'll have to back me up here. It's just usually just in a crater, or it's just there, stuck there alone, and you just come across it and you're like, oh, okay, this is cool. But if it was in a facility like this with a bit of lore or something behind it, what's happened here? You definitely have to get this world downloaded and look at the backstory of this. Yeah, really nice. Got the little lab here. It looks a bit battered. Let's zoom ourselves out through the wall a little bit, and we'll have a look at some of these other sections, because there's going to be so many details that we missed, and I always feel awful for missing some of the details in the sections. So that's another sort of reactor core. This was the hallway that we just explored through. And let's have a little bit of a zoom out so we can see. Sorry guys for zooming out and manoeuvring the camera around so rapidly. So that's the whole of the facility. So you've got the first section there, and you've got the second section there, and both sections look like they are complete with their own separate reactors in case one section goes down. So redundancy in a bunker is definitely something cool. Okay, So let's move on to our next one. So that was the Consolidation Research Facility number 2 by Faltrust. Okay, so next up, we've only gone through seven of the many bunkers. Now, this is the Hathron Observatory and Research Facility we're going to be taking a look at next by Shreddy. So back to the main menu. This one looks incredible as well. All the submissions that we had have been incredible. Everything big and small. There's nothing that I've gone like, oh, you know, this is not a cool thing to look at. There's been ones that have been a bit half-finished. We've all been there. What do you guys think? Do you think that these facilities would be better with mods, or do you like how the classic vanilla look takes effect? I know this is a controversial sort of discussion with mods. Some people think that, you know, mods make everything better. Some people just like the simplicity of vanilla. And of course, mods allow you to do things that are impossible. Let's have a look at this. Now, this one's really cool. It's got this almost James Bond type research dish. So the Hathron Observatory, hopefully I've not butchered that name, was constructed in 2050 for the purposes of researching deep space. Later, in 2057, it was refitted for testing research and starting performing tests on experimental low-yield weaponry. So another weapon facility. The law is hidden around. Ooh. I like this project. I started on the 15th, and over the course of construction, I counted my hours spent working. Stopped the countdown every time I took a break. The final sum was 36 hours. 36 hours. To be honest, that's kind of what you'd expect from a large construction like this. But, you know, 36 hours well enjoyed. It's almost like creating artwork. It's like making a painting when you're building within Space Engineers. Sometimes you get carried away. Sometimes you hit with a bit of an artistic block. Oh, someone said it looks a little bit like the battlefield map. Noisy said it does look a little bit like the battlefield map, because I think that is like some sort of observatory or some way of sending signals up to space of some kind. James Bond style. Yeah, James. Oh, that was good. GoldenEye. Was it GoldenEye that was at one of these facilities? I have to think which James Bond movie. But yeah, it's definitely got a James Bond vibe to it. 70%, and we're loading through. Oh. Yeah, I have to say, it was quite an exciting experience having a go at this one by myself tonight. Of course, we have the lovely Joel to look forward to back in our next stream, and he'll take care of us as per usual. But yeah, going off on a bit of a whim here, trying to work out the best way of covering these creations, this fieldwork bunker competition. So it's been quite an exciting one. So some of the answers are coming in about mods here. Some players love using the mods. But it's a combination of use a bit of mods, use a little bit of sort of just, I don't know, if you use too many mods, it kind of takes away the creativity aspect of using the blocks that you've got to build other blocks, if that makes any sense. There we go. Okay, so here is the facility. Whoa, this is good. This is a good one, this one. It's big as well. We'll have to also have a little bit of a think of how many of these facilities have been out in the snow. Because being out in the snow or remote conditions, like a desert or something, could be quite good for a secretive place like this. There we go. So we've got these little tethers that are holding up. I believe there's an actual facility like this somewhere in real life. And I can't remember, but I remember seeing a news report that it was in disrepair, and eventually this sort of... I don't know if this directs the beam or whatever's happening up to space, or some sort of focuser, but this fell down and then broke the dish on the inside. Yeah, so that's actually being held up. That's not it's not there locked in place. This is being held by these tight lines that are running the length of it. Let's head over onto this section. So we've got a little bit of a landing pad. We've got some sort of accommodation of some kind. Let's have a quick look what this is. Oh, so this is like a reactor or engine room. We've got some engines there, hydrogen engines. And then up here, we've got some solar power. So some solar that rotate, and then a little bit of a... Is this a garage or an entrance to the bunker? Oh, it's an entrance to the bunker. Very nice. We'll drop a character in over here. And we can summon the elevator. Let's see which one it is. So that's the start, the elevator. Oh, there we go. It's starting to raise itself up. What's the other options? Yeah, so people are explaining it's like a telescope antenna. You guys probably know more about this than me. Is there any wise people in the chat that would tell us what this sort of telescope antenna would be used for? Let's have a little bit of a zoom out. And here comes the elevator. So this is a much larger elevator. And guessing from the size of the hangar here, this is going to be to get vehicles in and out of the facility. Very nice. Getting a little bit of lag down here. I'm guessing that's due to excessive lighting, perhaps. Or it could just be the systems that are powering to get this elevator up at this beautiful angle. So it looks like they've used wheels to assist in the slide. Okay, yeah, we're getting a little bit of lag coming down this facility. We'll see if we can push through it. So down here we've got some fighters. We've got a cargo truck as well down here in this section. And then over here another sort of fighter in that section. Very nice. What's this sign say here? In case of fire, do not attempt to put out the fire. Notify security, evacuate facility, wait for emergency services. I like little signs like that. They're very cool. Okay, so this is the bunker here itself, and I can tell you why it's dropping out, because there's just a lot of lag with this one. I'm guessing it's the light. Lots of lights flashing. Yes, flashing lights are a massive one when it comes to performance in Space Engineers. Now maybe that's something we should have talked about. Maybe some sort of limit on the amount of lights that players could place in these bunkers, so when it comes to exploring them. So here's one of the sort of office areas with cargo storage in here. We'll have a little bit more of a poke around. I know it's lagging a little bit, this one, just because of the lighting. We'll zoom away a little bit here as well. We'll see if we can get in this main part of the facility. This is a staircase that comes down sort of like a vent. Let's have a look. Okay. Yeah, so there's loads of lights here. It seems to be a little bit synced with all the lights that are flashing. Pressurized beyond this point. So another little airlock popping into this section. Okay, some sort of cargo storage area. I am just speed running this one, I'm afraid, guys, just because the performance drop that we're having. And okay, so look at that. I do like that though. I like how the lights have gone through that vent. This is a cool idea, something you could definitely replicate in some of your own builds. Having the shadow effect on like that, and then the fusion reactor is of course through here. And there we go. Yeah, another really cool facility. I really like this this sort of antenna or whatever it is. Yeah, it is a little bit clangy. Yeah, there's definitely things that are going to be hitting performance hard on this one. Let's jump out this one and head back to the main menu. Okay, so on to our next one. This one is the PVEG, Propulsion via Engineering Gravity Research Bunker. And this is by Ender that we're going to be having a look at next. So now we're back on the main menu. We're unloading the world and we can boot another one up. Okay. And this is the one. Let's start this up here. And while that's going on, we can just have a quick check on all the chats to make sure everything is going on. Yeah, everything seems to be going quite smooth by the look of it. We had a little bit of lag to start with, but it seems to have balanced itself out. And we'll cancel that and try and get this flickering going back on there. So yeah, so I'm not too sure what to expect with this next bunker. We've got some nice detailed pictures on the Steam Workshop. And here we are, we're inside again. The death of a lot of these bunkers does seem to be the lighting though. So have we got any memorable moments so far? What have we got from these bunkers? I know someone's going to say the shovel. The shovel was quite memorable. Oh, hello. Now this looks cool. We'll see what the outside of the facility looks like as well. So this one is actually not on a planet. This one is actually in space. Inside an asteroid. Oh, look at that. There's the railgun defending the main entrance. Let's have a look at that. That hatch. The PVEG hatch. A lot of nice detail in there. We've got some round segments. We've got a hinge door, I'm guessing. We'll definitely have a play with this door and see if we can open things up. And there's that hangar that we were inside of before. It's got a little bit of an engineering crane inside here as well. I'm guessing access to that main door is going to be up here. Let's have a look. Okay. So no buttons over here. Here we go. Here's the button. Oh, there's the door. Oh. Ever since hinges, pistons, and rotors were introduced, opening and closing doors like that in Space Engineers, it's just so satisfying. Yeah, so it's like a flap door, big cat flap. Very cool indeed. Let's seal that back up just in case the space pirates try and get in as we're doing the rest of the tour. Lovely. Okay, so that was a little control room above, and then if we bring ourselves down inside here, we've got an airlock, stairwell to ops. Yeah, so everything's listed out. We've got another little buggy transport vehicle inside here. Oh, this is the repair vehicle repairs. So I'm guessing you could stock up on components, load it into that rover, and then bring it out into the hangar pad area. Let's have a quick look through the asteroid and have a look at the scale of this. So there's going to be something interesting going on over there by the look of it. Stairwell to ops. So a nice little just simple stairway with pipes. It's nice how they detail these rooms as well, because just a simple staircase can be brought alive with a lot of the new detailing blocks that you have access to. Lovely. So this is the main control room, bay controls. I'm seeing some interesting discussions about what you guys have liked in the different parts of these facilities so far. I don't know if it's strange, guys, but each one of these facilities gives me like a sci-fi feel of, you know, like we have a Dead Space vibe, we've had a Half-Life vibe. We've not had anything, oh, maybe we will do. We might have some Star Citizen vibes in a moment or two as well. Look at this. So this is a little projection of the ship that's in the hangar bay there, and they've got some logs as well for you to read so you can get stuck into the story. We've made a massive breakthrough by generating wow, okay. Let's have a little bit of a look around. So we've got some control stations. We've got the main control room. Engineering is through here. We always like a bit of engineering. Bit of access, spare tools, spare parts. That's what you need in your engineering. Through this narrow door, and we're into some sort of refinery and processing area. Yep, people are loving that shovel. I think we're going to see more shovels. So we've got some fighter pods in here. Now that's cool. One of the first bases I ever built in Space Engineers, like I remember it was many moons ago. It was like a bat cave, and it had ships like this that would launch out the bottom of the asteroid. Oh, so these are little hatches as well. So they sealed up, so maybe these antennas, oh, they open up. It's like Thunderbirds. That's cool. I like the idea of that. I like how they've illuminated the tube as well. So you just hit the accelerator and you blast out the bottom to intercept the space pirates, whoever's coming in here. Right, let's have a little bit of a zoom out here. I know we're speedrunning through this, and there's plenty of things that we don't want to miss out on. But I just want to have a quick dip into some of these rooms as well. So another little experiment that's going on here. Okay, let's jump the character in here and have a look. Timer. Forward trigger now. If the drive head is stuck, toggle on and off. Okay, so is this some sort of gravity drive? Oh, so it's like a gravity drive experiment. So you can kind of play with this by shifting gravity. Ooh, some gravity experiments. What's this say? Linear gravity reversal experiment. The reversal of artificial gravity is simple and can be automated. It would be cool, you know, if a facility was like this and it helped players learn some of the mechanics, because this could teach a player a lot about how they could build their own gravity drive. So you could just show them with a really basic instrument like this of the gravity drives being reversed. It's propelling it either way. Oh, this is a cool little area as well. I like that. The new blocks that came in the Fieldwork DLC, which was spectacular. Yeah, it's nice that. It illuminates the room really well. So we're coming through this main corridor. This is another key thing of bunkers that a lot of people sort of overlook as well, is corridors. And corridors can be something, a work of art, or they can be something, you know, that's overlooked. And you can see that we've got these reinforced conveyors at the top here. We've got them detailing cubes on the side to bring them alive. And then every, I think it's 3 blocks, we've got a little detailing segment added in there as well. So that's really nice. Yeah, it's got a very clean vibe to this one. It makes it feel a lot more scientific when it's clean. I mean, a lab could be rusty. Oh, hello, what's going on in here? Oh, so this was what that force field was doing. So this is like some sort of ice within the asteroid. What's this? Oh, so it's melting the ice and creating a liquid within the asteroid. That's an interesting one right there. And using the force of gravity to hold it down. A little catwalk walking to the other side. This is a fun idea, and I think people really need to make use more of, you know, of the force field block or the shield block, so you can create effects like this. Let's have a little bit of a look through the wall, and that brings us back over to the main hangar there. So this is still quite a small, very compact facility, but it's got some cool things going on inside it. We'll just dive ourselves a little bit further back up into here for a minute. Come through the wall. So that's back into engineering there. So another lovely build. Let's drop back to the main menu and we'll have a look at the next one. Yeah, so we've seen some really cool effects. There seems to be like some shared effects as well with how people are running the different trams, people are running the force fields. I like the scanners as well when people are going through airlocks where you have that sort of sheet that scans up and down of you. Okay, so the next one is the secret bunker lab ruins. We're heading to. Okay. Let's go into a new game. Community content, and we'll paste the name of the next one in. So we're doing quite well. We're definitely not going to be able to get through all the builds in the competition, but I'm feeling that we've had a good look at some of the tasty ones, and actually there's some tasty ones that we're not going to be able to see as well. We're just going to run out of time. Loading up, and there we go. Secret bunker lab ruins. The SBL in a shell faction born of combined resources of the largest. Born of the combined resources of the largest faction on this side of the galaxy, the goal of SBL is to find the holy grail of science, which means the ultimate advantage in all endeavours. Using the combined resources of the Dark Alliance, SBL committed to undercover every horror. Ooh. So this one's another something's gone wrong. I was just double checking. The inspiration for this build, let's have a quick look. So yeah, this is going to be another one of these. Spooky, something's going wrong. Let's start it up. See what's happened. Let's have a quick look on the chat. See what's happening right now. So people are still discussing the shovel by the look of it. Yep, ice cave. People really enjoyed the ice cave on the last one. It was nice. The force field made it really pop and come together well. And here we are. Oh, we're in a cryotube to start with. What's this? Is this some sort of strange creature that's been trapped down here? So this one is not, this facility is definitely not as clean. Something's gone wrong here, and it's got quite rusty. There's some pipes running at the side there. Let's jump into spectator. Oh, the spectator camera's miles away from the character, by the look of it. So let's have a quick look and see if we can get ourselves out of this room. So that was the lab we started in. Automatic doors. Head ourselves up through this rusty facility. Ooh, I feel like I'm going to catch something just by touching the walls in here. Okay. Let's have a little look through the staircase. I'm debating bringing the camera over here so we can browse through the facility a little bit quicker. Yeah, so this place has been overgrown, overrun. Even them look really mucky with that texture on as well. Yeah, let's go and get our camera. We'll Alt F10. We'll go to our entity list and we'll bring the character. Oh, so this is some of the stuff that's been built out in space, hasn't it? Alien. There we go. Let's have a little bit of a zoom. So I said this one was out in the desert. Oh, there's a little cargo access car down the side here. So there's a secret entrance. A little cargo car in here. Some sort of Mad Max vehicle. That leads through here with this little illuminated ceiling. And then into a back entrance here. Where there's been some sort of fight by the look of it. Oh, the power's flickering in here. And then you've got the top of the facility up here. Where there's this cargo access area. Once again, this really lovely rusty texture. Oh, thank you for the F7 reminder, guys. Let's have a look inside here as well. Also, the guard on duty has been taken out. But it's still a cool little watchtower up here. And then you've got access down the facility, down this centralised shaft by the look of it. Yeah, look at that. Let's have a quick look inside here. So yeah, so it's quite a compact facility, this one. There's lots going on in that really compact central area. And then you've got the car that moves along the side. Got some dramatic music playing as well. Let's have a look at some of these other areas. Yeah, this is a cool one. I like one out in the desert. You wouldn't think you'd get as much rust out in the desert because it'd be relatively dry. But maybe the moisture from underground. Or the alien. Ooh, spooky. Very nice. Okay, let's jump on to the next one. So the next one we're actually looking at is the Tyret project. It's an exobiological and astrogeological research bunker. This is actually the one we had a look at in a quick feature. This is by Grambaton 1234. So let's exit back to the main menu. And there we go. And we'll load this one up. So some great worlds so far. Everything has absolutely blown my mind. It always does. Every time I have a look through community creations, my jaw literally drops. And you've probably heard me multiple times in this live stream. I've turned a corner and just gone, wow. So here we go. For the future of humanity. Let's boot this world right up. I'm going to try and speed through this a little bit quick because we are running out of time now towards the end of this stream. So we'll boot up and we'll see what this facility has to offer. Now, what I like about this one, it's got these large sort of dome areas where different things are happening. This particular one, that's quite nice. And the shape as well, is sort of location in the landscape are quite nice. And it's nice to have more of a bunker or a facility that's more surface-based. So 84%, nearly there. Nearly constructed. Yeah, we've got through a good portion of them. Well, to be honest, we've got through just over 10 of them. So there'd be another like 30 that we'd need to go through, and we've got less than 8 minutes left of this one. So I'm going to try and power through a few. If there's any particular ones from the Fieldwork Bunker competition that you guys are watching for, so if there's any of the creators in chat, let me know, and I'll see if I can jump to that one if it's in the lineup that I've got. 84%. This one's taking a little longer than usual. It knows we've got a deadline. Yeah, players are still stuck on that shovel. Okay, so here we are outside the facility. Big points here, definitely, for these light towers. You know, guys, how I like a mobile light tower, especially when it comes with a little tow hook. I'll let this load up a little bit. So when I first loaded into this one of the really cool features that I liked were these little stepping stones to get between the bunkers. You see the world still loading up a little bit. Everything is just rendering in nicely. We've got a little transport ship. We've got these little stepping stones that I was talking about that guide you through the facility. And then you've got the various different little biomes. And this one then leads down underneath. But we are getting a little bit of lag here, guys, so we'll try and let it catch up. This is another quite detailed facility. We'll see what happens when we go down below. If the performance increases at all. I don't really need to cover this one too much because we've covered it in the other video as well already. Yeah, this one's really taken a hit this time. It was a lot smoother when I was recording this facility, but this one's got this really nice laid out corridors, color coded, good navigation. That's another thing in bunkers that's important is, you know, direction. But there's also, you need, you know, if there's a lockdown, an emergency, someone's breaching, it'd be nice to have a button that turns off all these navigation signs so the attackers wouldn't know where they're going. So I'll just zoom out and you can see a bit of the scale of this facility. So this one isn't super deep. So probably 1 or 2 warheads would start to penetrate into this facility and could have a breach. But this one has some lovely different test tube areas. So you've got pressure In this one, they're doing some pressure-based experiments, and inside there, you've got a little bobblehead. Very nice. And then we'll dip into this next one. Photo test. We've got some lighting. Ongoing studies. Yep, we'll jump on to the next one because we showed this one off already in one of the videos. And if you want to check it out, you can always jump to that particular video. There's still time to cover some of the other ones. So let's jump back to the main menu and we'll have a quick flip through. So let's have a look at what we want to check out next. There's just so many fantastic bunkers. It feels bad not being able to feature them all. Let's have a look at this D-Meter Deep Earth Research Station. And then we'll have a look at what people are recommending in the chat. We've got the Helix Outpost recommended as well. So new and community content. So yeah, we'll have a look at the Helix Outpost as well if we haven't had a look at it already. I don't think we have. So this is the one we're going to take a look at. And I'm just checking chat now just to see if there's any other recommendations of ones you want to see, or if the creator of that is in the chat, let us know and we'll jump to it and check it out. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I do love this loading screen though. How you see the little the plushies are all escaping out of the container, look like they've been illegally shipped or something. It's lovely. It's great details that they have. There's so much effort into each loading screen when it comes to designing them, all the assets, placing all the characters. It's lovely. Okay, 84%, and we're ready. This goes deep. We'll see. We'll see how deep this one goes. It's always a danger when you're loading up someone's world like this as well. You don't know if they're a lighting maniac and there's billions of lights out there, if they're possessed by Clang themselves and they're taking over the whole place with tons of pistons and rotors. Oh, we've got the D3 creator. We'll double check. We'll have a look at the D3 facility as well. So the Helix one we want to have a look at, and D3. We'll try and bring them up. And they'll probably be the last two that we'll be able to feature today. Okay, let's try and not melt my PC as well. Here we are. So in an unsuspecting canyon, this secret bunker awaits. Looks like it's got solar on the top of there. And this one's supposed to be deep, so let's have a look. Oh, it does look quite deep down. We've got access here, a little access way. And then here's the facility itself. Just to get a bit of scale of it, I'm going to put my character there, so you can just see how large this hole is. Wow, look at that. And then if we bring ourselves down here, you can see there's this little ring and collar here. What's this? Drilling procedure. Ensure server comms arrays are enabled via power management. And it's okay, so this is continuing to drill. So this facility could just get bigger and bigger. Oh, I like that. On top of the drill itself, it has a landing pad. And there's the actual drill tip there as well. It's got one of them mega drills there in the center to keep the drill centered as it's digging. And then of course it's got a projection, so as this drill extends down this centralized shaft, we've seen shaft drills like this before where they clamp on and lock as they go. It just builds the next section onto the drill. And then let's just zoom out through the wall and have a look around this facility. So this one's giant once again, but it's a good example of if you don't go crazy with the lights, it stays pretty good on the performance side of things. So having a look inside here, looks like Clang is being tempted. There's some sort of experiments that are going on in here. Very cool indeed. Let's dip through this section. Another corridor example. It seems quite nice. It seems like a lot of players have gone with this sort of a spacing of 3 between the different elements. Lots more detail in catwalk blocks along the top there as well. Oh, we've got another ambient shadow. Yeah, it seems as we're getting down here in this facility, we are getting a little bit heavier on performance because of the lighting. But it could also be because I'm moving through these facilities quite quick. So this is the entrance way. You can just see how dark it is down here as well. Look at that. And you've got this little hovercraft that's docked here as well, so you can quickly maneuver up and down the shaft to the surface level. But as we come through the airlock here, we've got 2 sides to the airlock, a little control room there in the center, and we've got a button panel. So let's just have a look at this button. So here's the airlock being cycled. Okay, perfect. Airlock's being cycled back there. Doors are opening. Very cool indeed. And then this tunnel just leads around. I'm guessing you could have your little vehicle or your hover bike going through here into some cargo storage area down here at the bottom. Little forklift. Very cool. So that's quite a compact bunker. Very deep shaft, but a compact little bunker on the side with some cool little environmental bits. Look at that. Oh, what a reactor core. It feels really sad though, because if I just go and miss one of these rooms, something that would have took hours and hours to construct like this, it's just missed. But anyway, let's jump on to the next one. We need to have a look. So we're gonna have a look for the Helix. I think it's called the Helix bunker first. So bear with me for a second while I search through all of the blueprints and designs. There's so many cool bunkers through here. Let's have a look. And that is another beautiful bunker. Oh my god, we're missing on some of these really nice ones there as well. The Junkers one would have been nice to have a look at as well. So let's have a look. So put in the chat now, guys, if you are here and you have a bunker and its name that you'd like us to take a look at. So we're going to try and bring up the Helix one. Let's search the chat once everything loads. Yeah, we've seen some really good ones. Like I said, I'm not going to tell you who the winner is tonight. There's going to be an official announcement showing the winners with some lovely, you know, pictures of the facilities, and just make a really nice. So is it Helix like this? Ah, here we go. I'll bring this one up and have a little bit of a nosy through it. A quick read of the chat, seeing what everyone is up to in terms of the props. People seem to be really enjoying like the minute details, like the little barricades and blocks that we saw in that sort of facility. I really like some construction accessories as well, you know, where you've got like a barricade, you can put one up quickly. I liked how they had them concrete blocks that could be attached together to make a barricade as well. That was quite nice. Let's see if this thing's going to load. This one's going to be a bit of a heavy duty one, I can tell already, because we're stuck at 68% and waiting. Clangy Funds Bunker. Okay, we'll try. We're trying to fit as many in as possible. I think we've probably only got time for maybe one or two more after this. And I know the D3 bunker was mentioned as well. So I think after this one we will take a flying look at the D3 bunker. And if we think we can go on a slightly little bit longer, then we'll take a look at Site 97 as well. We could be here all evening. There's so many bunkers. We'll assemble like a massive list of all the entries as well, guys, so you can actually have a look through all the entries as well that we've got. So here we are, ROS. So this one is more kind of traditional Space Engineers lore, I would say. I mean, obviously it's not canon, but they're fitting it in with the, you know, the existing ROS. Let's let everything load up nicely. Okay, ROS. Here we go. Helix outpost. There we go. Lots of warning signs for sale. Let's dive in. Oh, I thought the D3. I thought the name of the bunker was D3, the one that you wanted to take a look at. Oh, look at this. So this is like an open bunker. We've also got a tracking solar panel that seems to be functioning up there as well. Lots of pipes. If the creator of this bunker doesn't like pipes, I'd be very surprised. But you can do so much with them, can't you? You've got so many valve types as well. So there's the main bunker here in the centre. We'll go down a floor, a bit of underfloor lighting. Some sparks coming off the ceiling there. Some damage. Oh, very nice indeed. Let's just have a quick look through some of these walls and have a look at some of these other detailed areas in here. Yeah, there's so much stuff going on the walls of this place. It's incredible that you could do this much detail within Space Engineers 1. The interiors originally with Space Engineers 1 was something that was always lacking, but over time, with all these detailing blocks that have been added, players can create something that looks just incredible from inside and out. Let's have a look through here as well. Yeah, these tunnels are perfect for any sort of bunker. Oh, look at that. Pipes running up the wall. Layers and layers of pipes. Oh, incredible. Yeah, we're gonna have to quickly blast through this one. This is another one that I wanted to spend a bit more time on today. But it was kind of an incredible task to try and look at as many bunkers as possible. There's even pipes on the outside. Yeah, they like the pipes, this one, definitely. Okay, let's head back to the main menu. And we'll see if we can have a look at some of these other bunkers. We'll do one more bunker. But like I said, we're going to try and feature the bunkers that win. They'll get their own feature. We'll show them off. This was just me trying to have a look at as many as possible, share them with you, and just enjoy just how incredible our community are when it comes to building. Okay, so let's see if we can find Clangy Fun's bunker. If there is a submission under the name Clangy Fun, I'll just have to double check. Okay, so let's see. No, so there's no submission under the Clangy Fun. Which else have we got? I'm having a quick scroll through the chat and see. The D3 bunker doesn't exist. Okay. Okay, Lab 47. That's going to be the last one we have a look at. Let's see if it is here. Because if it's... Oh, there we go. Lab 47. Let's start this one up and have a look. And we've got some more pipe appreciators. Boosting up. We'll see what this Lab 47 has. Yeah, so when all these submissions came in through, we've had a look through and we've put them together. The team have all had a look at them. They've all put their votes in on their favourite as well. So when we do reveal the ones that we want to be in this winning position, it's going to be a really exciting moment, and it's just a great time to celebrate the community's hard work and these builders and just show how talented you guys are at building. Okay. 84%, we're nearly there. So many bunkers, so little time. This stream would probably be like a prepper's dream, wouldn't it, really? All these different... We've not seen any prepper type bunkers yet. I mean, there is some prepper bunkers in the actual list, but we've not shown any actually tonight. I feel like we might have to even revisit some of these bunkers as well. Well, I'll have a chat with Joel, and we'll see maybe in the next stream we can show the winners as well. Of course, we're going to have videos and we're going to have the announcement as well. Let's have a look. So we've got other... So Clangy's Fun's bunker. What the name of that one? Let's have a look. So the Sol outpost. Okay. So let's have a look at what this lab bunker's got to offer. So it looks like it's somewhere cold. Okay, bring the camera over. Okay, so it's got the ice. It's on an ice lake somewhere. Another cold location for a bunker. Cool little troop transport vehicle. Or a transporter. Yeah, look at that. Everything's loaded in. We'll see if there's going to be a lot of lights and other things inside. Also, the ice texture can get a little naughty in terms of performance as well. Let's head into Lab 47. Oh, that's some nice detail. I like these little structures that they've got on either side as well. Yeah, we are struggling to load this one. I don't know if it's going to be the number of lights. We might have to have a peek through the wall and just see what's exactly going on down here. Cameras either side. Level 5. Another cool little cart to drive around. Let's jump ourselves in here. Carts and slopes. Is this cart limited? Oh! There we go. Definitely not the safest cart that I've driven. Level 4. Maintenance. Let's keep going. Like, I think there's a question with bunkers like this, guys. Is will... You know, does it need a cart? Do you need a cart in these bunkers? Because if it's a bit of a rough terrain like this... Oh, living quarters, here we go. It might be a case of maybe another option would be needed instead of a cart. Okay, so here's the living quarters. Straightforward, like a little church set up in the moment. Various different cabins. A bit prison-esque on this one as well. And then you can see they've got this centralised shaft down in the middle here. Let's have a quick look in here with the spectator camera. We've got a ship landed down here in the centre. Some sort of vertical takeoff craft. And there's the big bunker 47 door at the top. Storage. We've got vehicles either side. Some tanks as well. Very nice. We've got a little forklift with a reactor on that side. And then we've got parking over here as well. Yeah, so this is like a massive storage area for all the vehicles. And then Lab 47, let's have a quick look over here. This is the armory. Blast door after blast door. And here's the lab itself. Got different experiments going on. Look at the lighting in there. Backlit with red. We'll have a look. We'll check out the SOL outpost after this one, and then that will have to be the last one. Oh, look at this room. This is cool. Press 1 for reactor start. Press 2 for elevator. Don't press 3. Oh, why? We've got to press 3, haven't we? What does 3 do? Rapid disassembly. Okay. Right, so that's starting. Reactor elevator. Enabled. Okay. Oh, so there's the... So let's have a look at what rapid disassembly is. This is going to be good. Oh, is it just going to all explode? Let's keep an eye on this reactor. Checking either side. It's not disassembled itself just yet. I'm waiting for rapid disassembly. Oh, there we go. Oh, lovely. There we go. So there was the rapid disassembly of the facility. Or maybe the whole base, because I thought it was going to lag out then. So that was the reactor room. Of course, a self-destruct button that is easy accessible. Always very important to have. Yeah, we'll have just a quick final look through the wall of this facility. And we might be able to dip into some of the other areas. Yeah, so it's quite a big one. All based off that centralised shaft that I really like the idea of. Some little storage areas that we've dipped into before. Let's try and bring up that SOL outpost. So we will exit back to the main menu. Yeah, so SOL, that's going to be the last one we're going to take a look at. And then we'll have to wrap this stream up right there. Okay, so we need to go new game, community content, and then we'll search SOL. Yeah, there's some great bunkers that we missed out as well that I really want to see. There's ones with weapons testing and experiments that are going on inside. Yeah, it's something that we definitely do again. We'll have a chat with Joel and we'll see if we can have a look at some more bunkers another time. So let's have a look at SOL and see if it pops up. Okay. Okay, so we've looked at that one. I'm not getting anything for SOL. No, we're not. So we might have to wrap that one up there. Let's just have a quick look at... Oh, there it was. Did you guys see that? There it is. One more across. Yeah, so to answer the question about when will the winners be announced, I'm hoping the announcement will go out next week. So there'll be a nice little post, there'll be some additional information, and we'll get in contact with you basically and say that you won and you know what respective things you need to do to collect or get your stuff sent out to you. It's just been a little bit of an extra challenge as usual because we've been working away. Oh, we're going to have another laggy one. Let's have a look at this clangy fun. Let's zoom out. So here we are. Here is the SOL outpost. Another giant facility by the look of it. Lots of things going on here, and it looks like it goes very deep. It's located in some sort of cave, or yeah. Let's have a bit of a zoom out here. So, some sort of crack within a canyon. A canyon would be the word, Aaron. That'd be the best word to use, wouldn't it? A canyon. Okay. So let's see what we've got going on in here. Everything's loading in. We've got a giant small ship gone mad inside the hangar here. We've got lighting over on that section. We've got some lovely crafted wrapping around with the blue, with the steel plates. This one looks like it's also quite heavily with the lighting, but there's also a lot of small components lying around everywhere as well. Let's have a look. We'll bring the character over here. See if that helps smooth things out a little bit. Oh yes, a little bit of storage going on in there as well. Yeah, so this one is eating a little bit of frame rate here and there as we go into other areas, but it can also be because we're exploring and things are popping in and out. With the facilities that are over large areas like that, something that can happen. A little bit of a race car on here. I wonder what the lore is behind this. Is this some sort of drag racing strip on the top of this bunker? Yes, I think this is a Pertram crevice as well. Yeah, let's see if we can actually get down into the facility. We'll activate the old legs on the suit. Hangar gates, and let's turn them on if we can get there. Yeah, it must be due to the light in the shadows on this one. There's just a lot of lights being used in these bunkers to illuminate the way, and you can always tell. Or it could be scripts and timers that are going on in the background that we're not too sure of. Yeah, look at this. Nice little apartment down here. Tucked away. Let's have a quick look through the side of the wall. Yeah, so you can see how we're struggling a little bit just because the amount of lighting and stuff that's going on in the background there. Yeah, we're really struggling. It could be because my PC's just loaded up like 30 bunkers. And it's struggling to cope. Oh, let's have a quick look on this. Oh, a little laptop screen. A problem's been detected and has been shut down to prevent damage. Yeah, it's a cool little facility, this. It's got like a very chill vibe. It's not so super industrial, but at the same time it's not very well. Yeah, it's not like a battered place like we saw before with all the rust, smoke. It's even got a smoking zone. Talking about a chilled bunker, eh? You can smoke here. Yeah, we might have to wrap this one up a little bit sooner than expected, just because of the amount of lag I'm getting moving around. Yeah, let's have a quick little bit of a deep dive into the lower floors if we can. These things are popping in and out. Look at this. This is nice. Nice shiny pipes. And let's have a look what's sparking. There's something sparking in that room over there. It's got to be something good. Some sort of battle happened here. The terminal's damaged. Yeah, this one might be one to explore yourself. Oh yeah, some sort of door that's been blocked and locked off. And then down below, it looks like there's some sort of wrecked ship that's stuck in the bottom of the canyon there as well. Oh, some sort of creepy control room. Oh, that's cool. It's got a view of the canyon right down at the bottom here. Right, okay. So we'll wrap that up there. Yeah, okay, so these lights on timers. That's probably why we're having this sort of performance. So we'll exit this and we'll head back to the main menu. So we'll wrap that there for today, guys. I'd like to thank you guys for joining us. It was an exciting one, to say the least, doing my first stream. Thank you for being so supportive in the chat. And on top of this, this is a great time just to remind you, if you've not already subscribed to our newsletter, get subscribed to it because you'll get the latest information. Marek's blog went live, the dev blog went live shortly before, and it was fantastic, filled with loads of sneak peeks into the development of Space Engineers 2, so make sure you check that out as well. A great way of finding all this information as well is just jump on the Space Engineers 2 website, access the news area, and you'll come across all the information there as well. I hope you enjoyed yourself, guys, and it was an absolute pleasure looking through these grids. In terms of announcement of the winners, Sometime next week there'll be an announcement, and we'll get in contact with you, and we'll get the merch to you guys, and we'll, you know, have a great time. So thank you so much for participating in this, and thank you for joining the stream this evening as well. That is all from me.